We've actually made the transition from the city studio to some real ground in the country.
So we're starting here, and we're calling this home. And we're out in Cherokee Park, Colorado, in a 8 by 16 little house shed here with a little solar and an amazing arena of cliffs and valleys and stars and creatures. So from here we're going to stretch out to the entire universe through a everyday sort of journey as we evolve into a full-fledged television production space out here where we can all be in nature and get sane.
It's May in Colorado and it's still very cold and very windy. And we almost had our heater for this creature going, but we found out that the brass ones do not go with the aluminum ones. So we have to go back to town and try to get the right one so we can be warm in the trailer while we remodel it. Second stop, retrieving things we need, is my favorite store, Home Depot, where we're going to get some fire retardant walls cut and some tiles to close in our little fireplace so we can again have heat. We had to get the heater in through this cut in the wall, and now we're putting it back. Something like that. In just one day, we got the wall closed in, the bed platform made, and the stove repositioned thanks to Preston and Bryce. I am now sitting in the middle of the hearth, and the hearth now has its home, and it's done. Just in time for my first clients who've come out to visit me in the country. Compassion, focus, love. Around about the time that I discovered I had a recurrence, but before the surgery that had me walking down those stairs, I sort of withdrew into myself. So in order to come on out, I did a bit of music messaging about it all. The little girl hiding away under the bed, she won't come out to play. So this is our first morning fireside chat, and it's a good example of guerrilla filmmaking. We should have been out in the country for this, but the car quit, and it's been garages and mechanics and all of our stuff in the car, such as all my makeup. So, a little talk this morning about that little girl that's hiding under the bed. And she's just got all this dread. And from how many experiences in her own childhood, from how many experiences maybe from lives before, she is not coming out unless she knows that she's loved and welcomed and appreciated and protected. And so how do we get that message to our own little inner child? Well, we are the intermediary between spirit and matter. And the little child is embedded deep inside of our matter. And when we, as the intermediary, or as the mother, reparent ourselves and be the guide to talk to the angelic kingdom and the spirit energy kingdom and the love kingdom, and talk to the little child, because we, of course, are, in a certain sense, her mother. We are the consciousness that's watching over her and wanting her to come and repower our bodies, repower our presence, so that we can make the inner child joy be the source of our actions, thoughts, and being. Because she deserves to come out and play. And we, as the physical body parent, really deserve to have an inner child that is perfectly merged with us and manifesting through us. I'm happy to do that. So how do we do that? Well, one thing we can do is imagine that our little inner child is right there in our heart, chest, lung cavity. And we can see her perhaps, or feel her perhaps, or think her perhaps. And we can be the body mother that holds her as if she's on our lap. And we can imagine that our hands are emanating, emitting light, joy, protection, love. And then we can imagine that body of the inner child kind of looking at us and saying, is this for real? Am I really going to get some love? And we're there, we say, yes, it's for real, because I've got energy coming out of my hands and I'm hugging you. And then to imagine feeling and sensing that energy that you are blessing her with. And it is inundating into her physical body and into her aura and into her own heart and into her mind. And we watch it happen. And we stay there with that child, watching the light grow, watching till she gets it and she begins to fill up with love. And we watch what parts of her body fill with light. And the other parts we re-aim our light and our love. And we watch or sense or feel when that left shoulder of this little inner child breathes open, just like a little wing. There's so much light there that the little child is winged and is singed and begins to stretch out of her little nest. And she can actually come on out and fly away, or come on out and play. So that's the message for today. Ooh, what would it take, my child, for you to see how much love is awaiting thee? What would it take, my little darling, to let me embrace you and erase your fear? I appreciate the offer. I'm thinking by my altar. Can I get up and face the world? Should I take you at your word? So yeah, that one we could do a fireside chat on. So my little girl and I go play at the hospital, making light of a scary thing. And even though he was sweeter than sweet,
I think for that tumor in its current status, given your history, would be a mastectomy.
and even though he was smarter than smart,
And the only thing I can think of is radiation.
I'm just not sure I want to take those routes. I know I need to take myself at my word and really sit and see what's going on inside of me and do the energy practices that I need and I know that work.